The end of Calculus AB is in sight. We only have two more topics to cover. The second to the last one is going to be finding the area between two curves. This is page 635 in your workbook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this on Geogebra rather than using my document camera for this. So follow along with this. All right. So here we are in Geogebra. All right, so the first thing they want you to do is to graph the function f of x is equal to -1/2 x squared minus 2x plus 4. All right, and so Geogebra will do this for us. Boom. Function looks like this. So graph that. There's some key points right there. And then they want you to find the value of the definite integral from -5 to 0 of f of x dx. All right, so this is just a matter of finding an antiderivative. If you want to practice doing this on paper, you can do that. If you want to practice finding the integral in Inspire, go ahead and do that. All right, and then they want you to shade in the region for which this value represents the area, and that's this area right here. All right, so what we have here is when you calculate that area, it will turn out to be 24.17, rounded to 2 decimal places. All right. Now, the next thing they wanted you to do is to, on the same grid, graph the function g of x is equal to 1/2 x plus 4. All right, so that is this line right here. And then once again, they want you to find the definite integral of this function from -5 to 0. So that's this area right here. So shade that area in with a different color. And maybe you crosshatch, like do one color in one direction and then in the perpendicular direction, do the opposite thing in the opposite color. All right, and then once again, you can calculate the definite integral of this. Once again, you can either use, do it by paper using calculus. You can use your graphing calculator. This is actually just a trapezoid, so you could calculate it that way if you really felt like it. All right, and once again, I will tell you that the area of this rounded to 2 decimal places is 13.75. All right, so now that we've got those two things taken care of, the next thing they want you to do, now that we've got both of these graphs on the same grid, they say, what do you suppose you would do to find the area that's between the two curves, which is that area right there? How do you think you could find that region, the area of that region, just using the math we've done up to this point? Well, gold star for you if you said, hey, we could take that area and just subtract this area, and geometrically, the difference between those two regions is this area. So the difference between those two numbers is going to be the area of this region. Okay? As I say, if that's what you thought, give yourself a gold star. And if you did the math on that, you're going to find that this value is 10.42, rounded to the nearest 2 decimal places. All right. So that is the page that we did right there. That's kind of all the information that was on page 635. In the next video, we'll go on to page 636 and see how we could have found this maybe a little bit more easily just using calculus and without having graphs at our disposal.